Okay, I can see that all of your videos are off, so well done. So I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing. So I've got my phone so that I can check that we're on live, and we do. It takes a while to kind of type stuff in to go on live anyway. Make sure I share it to the right page. I've done it wrong before. Okay. So I'm just now on the screen where I type in the title of the Facebook Live. So it will be celebrating our AC self. Come join me and Gemma, Annette, Verena, and Margaret as we share our who, how, why for communicating with nature and animals. Okay, so that's the title. Okay, so I believe we are live. So I'm looking forward to see who will join us, as it's that time again where a few of the members in my group have completed their mentoring program. And what a way to celebrate than for us to get together and to share with you who we want to serve, how we do that, and why we do that. So I'm just going to switch my video on in a minute. So I'm just going to say hi to whoever is able to join us, and look forward to you joining us and supporting my colleagues. So if you are here with us, please pop a comment and I can say hi to you personally. So, hey, Tracy, thank you for joining us. And I can see Cherry has joined as well. So I'm just looking over here because I've got my phone so I can keep up to date with your comments. So if you're joining us, do you know your who, how, and why? As you guys know, I love to ask that question. It really gets us clear about why we do animal communication. It's not always easy, the path, that we take. So say hi to Gillian. Hey, Catherine. So yeah, so I'm celebrating a group of members who have completed their mentoring program with me. And what better way than for them to come along and share with you, their who they want to serve, how they do it, how do they receive the communications from the animals, and why they do what they do. So let me invite them to join. So come on, Gemma, Annette, Verena, and Margaret, if you want to put your video on just to say hi. We have Belinda joining us. We have Helen joining us. Oh, we've got all our friends joining us on Facebook. So thank you so much for being with us, because I know that we so appreciate your support. And it can feel a little nerve-wracking telling the world that we are animal communicators. And this is like my challenge to you guys, isn't it? Like, even when you started the mentoring program, it felt a little, you kind of felt sometimes awkward maybe, or you think you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be saying, I am an animal communicator. We kind of looked at things like imposter syndrome, why does, for something you're so passionate about, and yet we seem to have to go along this journey in order to be aligned with our true purpose. So this is a celebration together, but for me, it's been such a beautiful journey to work so closely with every single one of you over the 3 months in our program. So it's my way of also saying thanks and to give you my gratitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my who, how, and why first, because I find that with each one that I do with a group of you, it changes slightly. So it's no surprise because we evolve, and that's really, really important for us to accept that. And what I love about being able to share together is that we realize how different we are individually, yet we share the same purpose. And that's just beautiful. So I'm going to share my who, how, and why with you. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Joanne Yo. I am an animal communicator and mentor. And through my mentoring program, I help communicators to get clear who they want to serve, what their process is when they communicate with animals in nature, and how they offer their skills, their knowledge, their abilities to those who need them. And I do this by supporting communicators to connect deep within themselves, to find their source of passion and align with their purpose. And you know what? Confidence is really the byproduct as a result of the inner work. And that's what I really, really love doing, is to get to know the members who are on my mentoring program as a kind of, on an individual basis. We work ever so closely over the 3 months, and we really go through quite a journey. And then we come out the other side and we can actually feel so aligned when we say, I am an animal communicator. So I would now like to invite Gemma, please, to share her who, how, and why.
Okay, hello everybody. I am Gemma Harvey. I'm an animal communicator and Reiki practitioner. I love to talk with any animal, so it could be a pet, animal in rescue, even wild animals, and for any situation really as well. I'm especially drawn to helping pets and their people at end of life who are about to transition and all the issues that go with that. And also I love and to help their
We'll just wait for Gemma's internet to come back, because she will.
vet practice. I learned from one vet quite a lot about end of life and them transitioning and so on, which was very valuable to me. I've studied for many years that kind of thing, and what happens when people and pets pass and what happens to their soul afterwards. So I really like to help with those issues. So the how part is I receive information from the animals via words, by pictures, and sometimes it could be moving pictures like a video clip. I get a deep sense of knowing about something, a situation. Also, I can ask the animal for emotional feelings, so I can ask them to send me what they're actually feeling like, and I'll feel the sensation myself. And it's their chance to talk. It's the animal's chance to talk to me, so I can relate to the person. And it gives them the chance to tell their person their perspectives on an issue, their wants and their needs and their opinions. And then they can also ask their person any questions they want to ask, which is just a very valuable thing for them. I offer sessions by video call, by phone, or by email. And I offer packages or just individual sessions. I can also offer Reiki healing to animals if appropriate, and I will talk to the person about that. So why I do this is that I just love to enable the animal and the person to truly understand each other and the issues that's going on, and to help resolve them. I just think it's just an amazing thing to be able to allow the animal to be heard. Helps with a lot of issues. I love to bring peace of mind to both parties, take away any guilt, sadness, upset about particular issues. And yes, it's a very sensitive issue, end of life and spirit animals. So that's what I really like to help with. But as I said, I like to help with any situation anyway. So I'm here for the animal and their person, and I just love to help with anything. And I will put in the comments where you can find me on Facebook. Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful, Gemma. What I really love about your work, Gemma, is your sensitivity to both the animals and also to their persons, but your positivity. You know, I've kind of witnessed you where you've been communicating over a very challenging situation, and the person is about to kind of give up or feel despondent, and same with the animal. They're like, oh, you know, we're never gonna get better, or I just can't see an end. And your care and your positivity, I just love that about you. So if you feel that you've reached the end of a road and you can't see a way forward, believe me, Gemma's positivity can really carry you. And it's really helped before, Gemma. You know, there's been some communications that, you know, we've done together. And just when you think everything's not going to happen, but you're in there cheering the animal on. Can you share with us? Can you share with us what is it about kind of the way you work that you want to cheer animals on? Oh, we need to hear you.
That's better. I really like to explain in detail to an animal. You know, if there's a problem, an issue, or, you know, even if they're a lost animal, I like to explain in great detail to help them understand, feel better. And what I really like to do as well is really boost their confidence. For example, if there's a cat that's away from home, they're scared, they don't think they've got the confidence to get home. This is just a situation, an example. I'll just really boost their confidence. I'll tell them that they're not a little timid cat, they're a big cat. They've got to trust their instincts and just believe, they have to believe that they can do what they need to do. I'm just sort of a cheerleader for them. I'll just give them all the encouragement they need, and right up until it's not needed anymore, I don't sort of stop or waver. I'll just keep going in whatever way I can think of.
Wow, that's just amazing. And I love that you're a cheerleader for them. And it's so true. We can relate to that situation ourselves, you know, especially if we are worried about our own animals. We do get to a place where we think, God, I've tried everything. I've asked everybody, and oh, you know, and some of the advice I'm getting is the same, and I've tried it, and you get so despondent. So to then have your positivity where you're cheering us on, going, don't give up yet. It makes me think about like when you're on the last lap of your marathon, you know, and so often we give up just before. And if somebody ran next to you, if somebody kept telling you to believe in yourself, somebody kept saying, I'm just going to keep connecting with your animal, keep, you know, boosting their confidence, keep helping them, because when our animals show us that they want to continue and want to keep on, we do. So thank you, Gemma, for the work that you do. That's really wonderful to know that. So cheerleader for animals. Love it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'd like to invite Annette. Annette, come and tell us about your who, how, and why.
Hello, my name's Annette. I do this because my who is I want to give animals a voice and help animals and their people understand each other better. My how is I get emotions. I do like to do a lot of emotional work with animals. I feel that that's something I want to pursue. I also get physical sensations occasionally when I ask for them. I get visuals. The animals will show me scenarios or things that have happened in the past. They'll actually show me. I get words, quite a lot of words, and a sense of knowing. Sometimes I just know, and I don't know where that comes from, but I just do. My why is it's a passion. I only discovered this animal communication itself a couple of years ago, and I tried to find somebody to guide me as to what to do, and 2 years I procrastinated trying to find people, and then wanting to do it but not being able to get there until I found Joanne. And through Joanne I've realised that I knew it was my passion, but through Joanne I've realised that it's my life purpose. It's what I really, really want to do. I think it's what I've always should have done. I should have done it years ago, only I didn't know about it. But yeah, it's my true passion. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. And it's so true. You know, so often we feel this passion, we feel so connected with animals, and we are already communicating with them. It's just that we didn't put a term to it. You know, we didn't see it as communicating with them, nor them communicating with us. More importantly, it's actually being able to get something that they're trying to show us, because we didn't know it was called animal communication. It just felt so natural. And there's been lots of times when we might have seen an animal in distress, you know, a wildlife, and we want to go and rescue them and save them, and we create such an amazing kind of relationship with them in that moment, and then we set them free. And you know, all of that is communication. Every single moment you're trying to checking in on them. And what I love about your journey, Annette, is you're going to give so much inspiration to others, because most of us almost feel as if, who are, you know, what is animal communication? And you feel this passion, and then you think, no, it's not for me. I can't do this. You know, I don't have what I see on videos or read in books. I don't have what they have. But what I love is that animals haven't left you alone, Annette. They have kept, you know, niggling in there, nagging you, you know, and you do. And during our mentoring program, there's been so many moments that, you know, I've challenged you. And one of the things that I do challenge and encourage the mentoring members is to offer their communications using live video. So you come on video so that the animal's person is also involved, but it means putting ourselves out there. And Annette, you have really moved from, you know, only really wanting to do it kind of online or as in written, you know, to now really saying video call is the way. So share with us, Annette, what is it that you love about doing live communications with the person involved?
I feel it goes a lot deeper when you do it by video call. The interaction between you and the animal, I don't know, it just feels very different. And having the person there to be able, because sometimes they might say, when you do it by transcript, you get the answer back and they say, oh no, I can't really resonate with that. And you think, well, that's not very good, is it? But when you're doing it live, you can go back to the animal and say, you know, your person doesn't resonate with this. Can you explain what you mean to me? And they do, and then you can go back to the and go, oh yeah, that's right, yeah. So I just feel it's a much, for somebody like me that's very low on confidence. I just find it's an easier way to do it for me.
Yeah. And again, that's, to me, is also, you are an inspiration to so many, because we do know we can communicate with animals, right? We love it, but it's our confidence that stops us. And really it's just the fear of whatever the fear is. We kind of identify those fears, but it's knowing how to overcome it. But I can connect with your love for animals so much, but also how much they do need you. You see animals around you, and you can hear them saying, I'm not happy with this, or I need this change. And so because you can hear it, and they know you can hear them, it's prompted you to find someone, some place that you can really nurture, you know, your ability. But more for you is putting yourself out there and what a story. You have a great story to inspire others. So thank you for sharing.
Okay.
So I'd like to invite Verena to share with us her who, how, and why.
Hello. So my name is Verena, and I'm a transformative animal and nature communicator. And that means that I am connecting with animals, both in our care as in domestic animals and also wild animals. And especially, I really love horses, but all animals really. And with nature and the elements as well. So this is all very important to me. And I do that by, like, when I have domestic animals, I have a picture usually, and then I connect with the animal on an energetic level. And yeah, and see what they want to share with me. And then also ask them the questions that their person might have. And yeah, and then I receive, usually I call it energy packages. And it's then on me to unwrap these energy packages, and it can be just like one thing, and then I can sit there forever and unpack it, or it might just be one thing. And it's always so exciting to see what comes from the session. And yeah, and why I'm doing that? Well, just when I was listening even to my colleagues here, to see how the animals and have transformed our lives really, and helped us transform. And that's also what I'm seeing in my work, that people are touched so easily by animals, by nature, and that they will, take on things, and like they will learn from the animals something that they would not be able, or they are open to hear something from the animal and from nature that they would not be open to hear from their fellow human beings. And this I find so fascinating. And just in the last few weeks, what I have seen in my own surroundings, how people who I would have never thought were touched, like even not animal people, how they are touched by animals and nature. It's just amazing. And we all have it in us, I mean, we are all nature, we are an expression of nature. And so this is like a reconnection in a way, probably. And it's so easy for us to learn from nature and from animals. And yeah, that's what I love about this work.
Oh, thank you, Verena. What I really admire you for is just how you go with the flow. And I know that outside of your animal communication, if you didn't have your animal communication hat on, you like processes, you like things structured. So when you're actually communicating with animals and nature, it's all out the window. And I know that it's been very challenging for you in such a positive way. Hasn't always been easy. Just because something is positive doesn't mean it's easy. But what it was doing was kind of really getting you in touch with what going with the flow means. And your energy packages, I love that terminology. I love that term associated with how the communication comes to you. And when you demonstrate it, you go, I can see that. It's almost like somebody's handed you this package. And that is exactly, for some of us, how the communication comes in from the animal. It's not in a flowing sentence. It's not in a chapter of a book. It's not in a easy to follow video movie clip. It can just be a and you get emotion, sound, smell, taste, visual, physical sensations, all of it. And then it's like, here, you do with it. And what is beautiful is that you help the animal also to unwrap that package. It's not just you, because that's our role too, that animals don't always you know, particularly those that share a very domesticated kind of surroundings, you know, with their humans, don't always feel able to me unpack that package, because it's probably been, you know, there's been some element of having to suppress how their natural being is. So when they offer you this energy package, they're actually saying, Verena, can you help us unpack? Just don't really know what it means. And so you sit with them, you don't rush. So, you know, a lot of times you do your communications when you are in nature. And I love that, because you record, your style of relaying communication is through audio, so we can hear the crunching of the twigs and the leaves when you're walking, and the winds, you know, hopefully the breeze, because I'm always going on about, I can hear it's like really windy, you know, or if it's a beautiful day, you can hear it in your voice. So what you offer people when you share with them your audio communications is an experience. You're not just relaying to them what the animal's saying, you're actually sharing the experience. You're demonstrating through your voice, your almost like, you know, your own process of what does this mean. And I really, really love that part of your work. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you, Verena, for sharing with us. Okay, I'd like to invite Margaret, please, to share with us her who, how, and what.
Hi everybody, my name's Margaret Stalker. I am an animal communicator and energy worker, and I'm passionate about all animals. That brings so much joy into all of our lives, but I am particularly drawn to rescue animals, and also animals that that us humans kind of tend to label as they have behavioural issues as well. And that's kind of something else I'm really passionate about. I am hoping to work more with animals in spirit, and I also want to work more with missing animals, which is a really personal thing to me, having experienced that with one of our foster dogs that went missing when they went off to a new home. So that's kind of my goals as well. How I think Joanne's kind of educated me into the world of communicating via video. I think after having doing some live video sessions as opposed to transcripts, I really like the processing where that you're able to delve deeper when you're working with both the animal and the animal's person together. You can really get down to the nitty-gritty as it is, and yeah, you can get that confirmation immediately from the animal's person. You can question things, and as I say, you can just get that bit deeper. I am happy, however, to work with transcripts and other methods as well. And I would also like to offer healing to either both the animal's person during a session, or as an add-on afterwards as well, if that's an option for them. The information tends to come to me. Initially, it was a very strong sense of knowing. I get a lot of visuals, and I tend to feel a lot of physical sensations as well. The process is continually evolving as I get further into my animal communication journey. Why did I want to become an animal communicator? Well, initially, that's something I wasn't sure about. It was something I had to question within myself. I had to kept coming back to it. And initially what I came back to was it's my own fur family. They were the reason I started on the journey that I'm currently on. And it's because of them I'm here now. On my first mentoring session with Joanne, we came up with a statement together. And the statement was, as an animal communicator, I am able to tap into endless possibilities for how to improve the lives of my dogs, and also how we can work together to live harmoniously as a family. I've been thinking about this, and it kind of makes me feel quite emotional. I don't know why. I now feel I want to update that statement, and I want to include all animals and take off just the family part to widen that statement, so that I'm giving all animals a voice, and it's something I kind of really feel passionate about. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Margaret. Hang on a minute. I wasn't prepared for that. I need tissues. Oh, that was so beautiful. And yes, I remember we were looking at, what did you want to almost like, gain as an outcome for your mentoring program. And I used the term gain and outcome, in kind of like with a loving embrace, because I don't believe anything needs to be structured. And yours was very much about your own dogs, how you would love to have a better communication channels with them, and vice versa. And they have worked so closely with you. And one of the things I think you enjoy a lot now is having multi pet kind of household conversations. So you can actually have like your 3 dogs having a conference with you. You have family meetings, and you're able to really just receive the information individually and as a collective. What's that experience like to be able to do that, Margaret?
It's, do you know, it's amazing. I think in our last mentoring session, I mentioned as well at Christmas, when I put a little Christmas message on my personal page, I even invited in to like the circle, because I kind of create it as a circle when we're communicating. I invited the animals in spirit as well into it. And that was the first time. It was not, previously it'd been quite structured where everybody took turns, and I actually, all of a sudden my head was just full of voices, and I had to say, hang on a minute, we need to like take turns or whatever. But it is such a special thing to be able to do. And also you taught me to actually not just to communicate all the time just as mum, but actually to put the professional head on at times. And that's where we get a better, if it's something I'm trying to resolve, we definitely get a better outcome than when it's just me. And it's really kind of nice, because in the circle, as we do it, they all have their own kind of seat, as it were. And it's quite strange in that Candy, who's kind of there, very supportive, I always feel as though I've got her head on my shoulder. So I, and then Lacey and the little beady eyes is kind of opposite, just, kind of staring into my soul almost. So yeah, so it's been so special. It really has.
And I'll say this much, for you, Margaret, that whoever, if you're thinking about looking for a communicator who really understands, who holds no judgment because she's been through it. One thing I love about you, Margaret, is you don't like sugarcoat things. You really say as it is. You talk about the struggles that you have, the challenges that you have, and you have been a foster mum to so many dogs that you've learned so much, that in many ways, if you're feeling as if, oh gosh, I can't tell somebody this because they'll judge me. What if, I haven't done all the right things? What if it's me that's caused the problem with dogs? You go to Margaret, you just know that she's totally accepting. If you have felt unconditional love from animals before, you'll get unconditional acceptance from Margaret when she holds your communication with you, because she's been there, and she can go, and we all know what it's like to talk to somebody who's been there, but what's inspirational is found a way through it, without judging us, without criticizing us, and just helping us to accept that, we know what we know in that given moment. so many of us wish, when we look back at our other animals that are, say, no longer here, you know, oh, I wish I knew animal communication then. But guess what? It's because of them. That's what has been playing on our mind. And so they made us, you know, step forward. So for those of you who worry about going to an animal communicator because you think that, you know, we're gonna, your number one, whether your animals are going to complain about you, you know, or whether us as communicators, none of us have got perfect pets or animals, because of our animals, we, you know, really learn through them. So yeah, I love your work, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. And I'm so appreciative of people joining. I'm just going to share some comments with you that's been coming through. We have, oh, we got somebody saying, hi, beautiful ladies, which is from Cherry. Gillian is sharing her thoughts as each of you have been taking turns. Gillian says, wonderful, Annette. For Verena, expression of nature, inspirational, Verena. And love the family circle, precious Margaret. And there's one for, and yeah, and wonderful Annette. And then Cherry says, love listening to you all. Well, I have absolutely basked in every single one of your who, how, and why. And I celebrate your animal communication self. And I am just so proud and humbled to connect with you. And I know that our paths will continue on as well. So thank you, everybody who's watching on Facebook Live, joining us live. It really is lovely to have your energy live. If you're watching a replay, do hashtag replay, because that means I can catch up with you as well. And so we're going to say goodbye now, but we guys are going to stay on. And but I'm just going to end the live and say thank you very much for listening to us. And because of you and your animals, we keep doing what we do. Bye now.